Good morning from Chumphon, Thailand. And yesterday I came here on the train from Chaya. So I got into here actually in the evening and spent the night here in Chumphon. It's not my first time in Chumphon. Little tourist information box over there. Looks like permanently closed. Just to the right, as you come out of the train station, there's usually a bunch of food stalls. Last night it was very lively, had some very nice food along here. And as you go forward from the train station, you see there's some old locomotives, and that avenue crosses an intersection, and it seems to be the main street through the center of the town. And last night there was a lot of food stalls along there and some good stuff as well. And when you take a right at the red light just up there, there's a bunch of hotels on the right, and I took one along there for quite a cheap price, which I'll mention later. Here they're cooking some beef noodle. Looks very interesting. Just outside the train station to the right. Alright, that was a great beef noodle for breakfast. And let's have a walk from outside the train station down the main road here. So actually I was a vegetarian for 20 years. I was a vegetarian starting from when I was a teenager, and in the beginning, for the first 2 years, I was vegan. And when you're that young, you always have a lot of energy because you're growing, and you always feel pretty good. You can be up all night partying, and you get home very, very, very late, get a bit of sleep, you wake up, you feel fine, you look alright. But after some years I did feel like it did affect my mood a bit, and I felt like my body was like so thin, so skinny, and yeah, eventually I gave it up. And after a while, I do think I felt a bit better, you know. I mean, I love animals, really love animals. I don't like to eat them, but eventually it came down to my worldview changing to closely follow the natural order of things instead of trying to impose what we humans think things should be like. And it's true, if you look at nature, life eats life, you know, and that's the way it goes. And there's all different forms of life, plants and animals and so on. But yeah, I love animals, and definitely think violence should be avoided as much as possible and stuff like that. Haven't changed my opinion on those kinds of things, but or not much anyway, I think. But okay, I used to be a pacifist when I was in high school too, when I was 16. That was another story. And then when all the bullies in school found out, they all wanted to try to give me a problem all the time. So I gave that up probably within about 6 months. So that seems to be the main road running through the center. Last night it was really packed with food stalls. It was great. So coming down this way now, lots of cheap hotels along here. yeah, so I gave up pacifism, I gave up vegetarianism, but of course still believe in being nice to animals, you know, they're really lovely creatures for the most part. Okay, crocodiles, maybe not so much. Alright, sharks, yeah, but flies. But you have to admit, flies really are good at flying. This is a cool little tea garden that's open in the evenings, by the way. Last trip I was in there in the evening. Yeah, when you talk about flying, I mean, who flies better than a fly, right? It's even called fly, so yeah. Every creature has a special thing. It's a cool place over there. I had food there last trip when I came here about, just before the COVID thing, about 2.5 years ago. It's a cool old house. Bunch of dodgy looking women were hanging out there last night along that strip. Same last time when I came here. They love uniforms in Thailand. Seems like everyone's got one tucked away somewhere. The hotel I stayed at last time is not open anymore. It was upstairs in the corner here. There's a kind of a tour place that has some, I think, drinks or something downstairs. That part seems to be running still, but the hotel up in the upper part of the corner building is no longer. But I found another one along this strip. Okay, I'm gonna head a bit deeper into the town and have a look around. I believe this was the spot where I took a song towel, like this yellow one, to go to the beach when I was here last time. There are like a few quite okay beaches just out on the outskirts of Chumphon. So right here, if you follow the course of the walk I've been doing, you could find this spot. And just next to that place with the song towel is the entrance here to this pretty cool market. I'd like to show you around. It's the typical kind of market that you find in most places of any size in Thailand. Yeah, it's pretty lively in here. So the part with the meat, fish and so on, you call that a wet market. But then you have other parts of the market. Sometimes some markets are only wet markets. Some have other stuff too. From my memory, I'm sure this one has different kinds of stuff. And yeah, as you can see, there's some other kinds of things in here too. interesting fellow. Many interesting people in Thailand. Very interesting. In an interesting kind of way, somehow. Thai markets are great, you know. It should be something every person who comes to Thailand does, is to visit a market. Pretty big building. Bit of dried fish there. It's given the old chop there. When you think you've had a hard day, think of that poor pig back there, eh? Like I said, I'm not a vegetarian anymore, but I sure feel sorry for the animals, I have to say. It would be a better world if people had to hunt the meat they eat, I think. It would change things, wouldn't it? City living would not be a thing really anymore, would it? But yeah, the city living sure takes humans out of the natural way and has a lot of negative consequences. These are the obligatory elephant pants that most Western female tourists seem to feel like they have to wear, and some of the guys as well. If you get the right ones and they actually fit your body type, they're not too bad. But most of the time you see people wearing them who look like office workers, who are trying to suddenly look like a hippie as they do their 10-day holiday around Southeast Asia. And it does look kind of weird. Kind of forced, I gotta say. Coming on out the other side here. Just ride your motorbike right through the market. Don't worry about pedestrians. Why should we care? There we go. Surely if you're riding a motorbike, you must be more important than pedestrians, right? Let them jump for their lives. What could go wrong? But remember, what's he got here? Looks like he's got some kratom in that bag. Kratom is a plant that grows in Southeast Asia. People chew it to get a kind of opiate type feeling. Recently it has been decriminalized or legalized, I'm not sure, in Thailand. And it has a very relaxing effect. Although I know some people who have said it's habit forming, which is not a good thing, right? Yes, as I was going to say, car trumps motorbike, truck and bus trump car. This is a cool bridge, I remember last time I was here. Wonder where the orange song towers go. Flagpole down there, that's where the city pillar is, and there's a clock tower. I don't know if you can see it right down the end there, but That's basically the center of this town. Let's have a quick look at this bridge. It's pretty cool. Little river there. It's a nice place, Chumphon. It's livable. It's not like full of beautiful old buildings or something. There's some old houses and shops, but not that much. But it's pretty tidy. It's kind of lively. It's an okay place, and the beach is right there next to the edge of the town. Looks like they're trying to do some development along here. Well, that's good, isn't it? They've got this great walkway. I remember that from last time, and looks like they're putting in another one or doing something on the opposite side. And on the other side here, hello! On the other side, it's like a little village with some wooden houses and a temple at the end. Just a little small place, but it's kind of cute. I'm gonna head back out to the main street. Leave some of this stuff for you guys to explore on your own, but I'm just trying to give you a taste so you can see it is a good place to do it overnight and maybe have a couple nights. The beaches are not amazing, but they're definitely okay, quite okay if you just want to chill, have a quiet day. Okay, so I walked a bit further down. Up in the distance down there, I don't know if you can see, it's like really right down there, there's a clock tower. And here is the city pillar shrine of Chumphon. Quite a few of the older places in Thailand have a city pillar shrine. You can see inside there, I think there's a golden thing that looks like a pillar. And this is basically the administrative center of Chumphon. Let's have a look at what 400 baht got me as far as a room goes in Chumphon. This looks like a 1960s type building. Solid. I like these old hotels, but definitely could do with a bit of a scrub up. Let's say it's a shame, like really, how they don't maintain these old places as much as they could. But it's kind of classic in its own way. I don't know, to me it looks like 1960s. I guess it could be 1950s or 1970s, something like that. Cleaners are already doing their thing, but they could do a bit more, let's put it that way. But for 400 baht, cannot complain too much. It definitely did the trick. Thank you very much. And so it's goodbye to Chumphon. You can find many hotels similar to this one throughout Thailand, these old school places. Alright, back out on the street and off to the train station and on to the next location. So I've gotten on the Sprinter train to Bangkok, which is about an 8-hour and 20-minute train ride from Chumphon. But I might get off early at Ratchaburi. I haven't really decided yet. But here's a nice snack pack they give you on the train. It's satay fried mackerels, it says here. Some chicken green curry, a tray of rice here. Looks like some banana chips, 2 packets of cookies, water, straw, serviette, and plastic eating utensils. It's very nice, and this train has aircon. It's quite comfortable. The seats are quite fine. It's a bit old, but it's a very nice service. Let's have a look in the Sprinter.